This was an interesting story that was circulating on X and went majorly viral because we had an unhinged pro-Palestinian protester, and she showed up to a city council meeting and she decided to threaten the council members. And when I say threaten, I mean really threaten. Again, language warning for this one, but she decided to show her ass on this day, and we're gonna show you what she had to say at this city council meeting. See if it raises any red flags for you.
Hi there, my name is Riddhi Patel. I'm here to speak in support of the City Council introducing a ceasefire resolution, specifically the one United Liberation Front has drafted. I don't have faith that you'll do this. You guys are all horrible human beings, and Jesus probably would have killed you himself. And the thing is, though, it's very clear to me as someone who's been an organizer for the past couple of years that none of you care because you guys don't care about anything happening in Palestine or any other country where oppression occurs because you don't care about the oppression occurring here. And I understand that you guys are all horrible people, but the thing is, 2,300 people being evicted in the last year, those are votes. And you guys, those are votes to win here in Bakersfield. And while you guys parade Gandhi around, as a Hindu holiday called Chaitra Navratri starts off this week, I remind you that these holidays that we practice, that other people in the global south practice, believe in violent revolution against their oppressors. And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you motherfuckers. The increased criminalization for no need other than you don't like when people come and hold you guys accountable for introducing ceasefire resolutions, because the only escalation in violence has been by you all. And so there's no need to continue. In the last 5 years I've attended city council meetings, there's never been metal detectors, there's never been more cops. The only reason you're doing it is because people actually don't care if you guys don't like them, and they're actually resisting, so you want to criminalize them. So regardless of whether you elect people into office, they'll backstab you, they'll let you die, and for that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors, we'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
Next speaker, please.
Next speaker, please.
Lance, followed by Kev, followed by Valeria.
Ms. Patel, that was a threat, what you said at the end, and so the officers are going to escort you out and take care of that.
Okay, so there you go. And she did end up getting arrested. But first I want to unpack a little bit of her speech. I can understand, having the stance that she has on what's happening in the Middle East. What I don't understand is bringing that to your city council and threatening them with violence. And it's so interesting that she says, you have criminalized us by putting up metal detectors and having police present at city council. And then she actively threatens the lives of the city council members and says, because you have metal detectors up, because there are police here, we will come to your house and we will murder you. It's sort of reinforcing the idea that maybe the metal detectors and the police officers are in fact a good idea. Now, she had a lot of audacity. It's the confidence for me. It's the gall for me to enter this city council meeting and talk to them in that way. I guess apparently not knowing that you cannot threaten the lives of other individuals. That is in fact illegal, especially to do so at a city council meeting with your representatives right in front of you. A crazy thing to do, but she did it, of course, with a lot of audacity, a lot of gall. Now, as I said, she was arrested and she is now facing 16 felony charges. Now, I want you to remember the energy of the last video we just watched where she's saying she's going to kill them. She wants to murder them. She wants to give them the guillotine. Here we are. Here's Riddhi Patel in court.
A deputy public defender entered not guilty pleas on Patel's behalf to 8 counts of threatening a public official and 10 counts of making terroristic threats. She's due back in.
So there you go. Actually, sorry, 18 18 counts she is now being charged with. And there is the tears, the waterworks, which were not at all present when she was threatening the lives of the city council members in Bakersfield. The immediate, instant karma of a choice like this is just hilarious. And I think she's going to be made an example of, probably, with how things are currently going. It's not all that uncommon now that people will make death threats like this, in that, something as benign as a city council meeting, they're starting to get, more and more violent. There's protesters all over the place right now. Lots of bridges are being blocked today. Roads are being blocked today. I believe airports even getting blocked today by protesters. Now, arguably, those people are not being violent, although they could be blocking access ways to, for ambulances, to the hospital, people with emergencies, and that's a whole nother discussion. But my goodness, do some of these people need to learn a lesson, and they need to learn it expeditiously. And this was an expedited process. She made the threat, she was arrested, boom, 18 counts right there for, making terroristic threats, and the tears are just flowing like a river. You've learned your lesson, I hope, and she won't do that again. So we'll see.
We still have the straight to jail sounder, because that is definitely where she should go after this.
There we go.
Right away. No trial, no nothing.
She's
Except
going.
do give her a trial. I love how they were like, she pleaded not guilty, but we all just watched the video of her issuing death threats. So how do you plead not guilty to issuing death threats when literally everybody heard you say it?
She's gonna be like, it was actually more of a poetic statement towards the city council members. I didn't actually mean that we are going to enter their houses and kill them when I said we are going to enter their houses and kill them. Among us leftists, we do a lot of slam poetry, a lot of things are up for interpretation, a lot of metaphors. Maybe that's going to be her defense here. I can't imagine. I imagine she's just going to have a public defender. If you're a public defender in this case, you've lost. I don't know. That's just gonna, you show up to the work, you do your due diligence, but my goodness, it's right there on video. I think you've lost this one. And I think Miss Patel is gonna see her day in jail, or I don't know what the actual charge for this is gonna be, if it's jail or if it's fine or community service. Maybe she does need to go out and serve her community. If I was a judge and you could do all these little funny makeshift sentences, I would have her serve community service at the city council building, and she has to be their assistant for the next 6 months. That's what I would do. You have to go do their coffee
if you're
runs.
a city councilor, do you want that woman in the same building as you? I'd be worried she's poisoning my food or something.
Well, she has to go through the metal detectors that she loves so much. She has to have a police escort to and from her attendance as an assistant, and she'll do the occasional coffee run, sweep the floors, help them run their city council meetings, and that's what I would do if I was a judge. Barring that she actually is going to follow through on these terroristic threats. She seems to be more bark than bite, I think, and she wasn't expecting the retaliation, or the fact that she was going to be, I shouldn't even say retaliation, she wasn't expecting to be held accountable for what was clearly an illegal statement. And I don't think she was educated enough. As much as she, as a leftist, wants to go and encourage other people to unlearn and relearn and educate themselves, she wasn't educated enough to go out there and speak to that city council.
Sensing a pattern here in our stories today, right? Of not so intelligent women who effed around and found out, and thought they had something going, and turned out to be paying the legal consequences of their missteps. So I guess let this be a lesson to all of us watching. Unless anyone bring up the free speech argument in this case, right? I think I saw that show up in the chat just briefly. As I understand, death threats and incitement to violent revolution are not things that are protected speech. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I do not believe that those are protected speech. You cannot tell city council members that you are going to go to their house and kill them. I was thinking, when in my first watch, maybe she could get away with the guillotine comment, when she said, "We'll bring the guillotine." Maybe.
So I hope it'll happen to you.
Yeah. Maybe she could get away with that one. But at the end, where she sort of said, "We're going to come to your house and kill you," I think that's where we draw. I think that's where we draw the line. See you in court, Pookie. See you in court. Love that for you.